hear that R. Kelly wants to get let out of prison?
I think you mentioned that earlier. I think you mentioned it
Yeah,
earlier.
yeah. He's like, "There's Corona going on. I don't want to get sick," and he's just decided, "I got to get out of prison. This is the only justifiable thing to do. You can't keep me in prison with Corona happening."
See, that sounds like just. I'm sure he's not the only prisoner using that as an excuse.
You
Just,
know, you're probably right
just,
about that.
Corona, Corona, let me out, Corona.
It's
Don't
an
want to spread.
interesting, it's an interesting ethical dilemma
Mm-hmm.
because, like, you can't, as part of the legal system that we have, we can't do cruel and unusual punishment.
Mm-hmm.
And I would say it is cruel to just keep people in an environment where they're more likely to get sick.
Right.
Like that's just not gonna fly.
Yeah. No. I mean, because yeah, I mean, straight up in a prison, everyone's just so compact. Like one person gets it, everyone gonna get it. You know.
Everyone's gonna get it.
Yeah.
There's no ifs ands or buts
And like,
about it.
even if you're sitting there like, oh, they're all criminals, you know, whatever if they get it. Well, the prison guards and the cops around the prison, they're also gonna get it.
They're
So
also
it's
gonna be more
like,
exposed. Yeah.
yeah, it's like, you know, think of it that way then. But yeah,
There's literally no reason to not like consider it. Like it's
what
it's unethical to just let them get sick.
wasn't who wasn't somebody like one of the politicians straight up like, hey, we should probably let out at least nonviolent offenders to help
Yes, I
stop the
think
spread.
I might be wrong, but I feel like that was brought up by Pelosi.
Pelosi, Nancy Pelosi.
Nancy Pelosi. Yeah,
Right, yeah. No,
I
I
think
mean,
that's right.
yeah, no, anything you can do to like stop a big group of people. But R. Kelly, huh?
Yeah, R. Kelly. He's drawn attention to it, and we're like, I suppose, in a few ways, kind of the face of this, being the loud person in the prison, being like, "Hey, let me out! Corona bad! Get me out of here!"
Corona bad. He probably sang about it. Corona's bad. He sings with a high pitched voice like that, right?
I don't know.
What you don't? Fuck. What songs has R. Kelly done?
I have no idea.
Damn.
I'm sure I've heard him. I just never think about him. I'm not a huge R. Kelly fan before or after any of this, especially not after.
Neither was I. I think he did the one
I
song,
think,
and I think you knew
I think
what.
that's,
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I think if anybody becomes a R. Kelly fan, specifically because after the fact of all this stuff happening, that they have a problem.
Yeah, no, I was just gonna say like I feel like everybody like knows at least like that because I know he has like one song I can't think of it right now that
Uh
everybody
huh.
knows but they probably just don't know that it's R. Kelly that does it.
That might be right. I have
So
no idea.
because like I'm just sitting here like damn I know he did one and he's saying like high pitched I have no idea which one and then later on I'm gonna hear the song and I'm gonna be like who sang this song?
Oh man, that's no, it's not Jason Derulo. He would have told me.
You would have told me. Oh shit. Well, speaking of celebrities or famous people in prison worrying about corona, you know Harvey Weinstein tested positive apparently.
Oh my god, I heard that. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I know.
So,
Am I a bad person if I say he has it coming?
are you a bad person?
Yeah, am
No,
I a
no,
bad person if I'm be like,
no.
of the
Harvey
humans that deserve
Weinstein's
the
a
plague,
bad person.
Harvey? Oh yeah, very bad person. But am I also a bad person for being like, yeah, you deserve the plague?
No,
Does that reflect poorly on me?
I don't think so. It's nah, dude, it makes sense. It makes sense. Yeah. Cuz you know, fuck that dude.
It's just like, ugh, ugh.
It was interesting because earlier you were actually talking about the R. Because like with Harvey Weinstein, you saw how that all wrapped up. But like with R. Kelly, I just remember like everyone freaking out about it. I remember the
Hmm.
documentary that came out. I remember the interview where he's like, "I'm fighting for my life," and then it just suddenly no one was talking about it. And then you said like, "Oh, he's in prison, asking to be let out," and I'm like, "Oh, did he? Okay, he did go to prison." I guess I don't know. Maybe I just lost interest because I was just tired of hearing about R. Kelly, but and
That's possible.
I just missed the ending to that story. But so yeah, that was a.
Who's to say? But
Mm,
that's where it's at right now.
I
This is
get.
the next chapter in R. Kelly's life.
I guess. So okay, we're sitting here like, oh, Harvey Weinstein, you know, hey, whatever. Are we bad if we think he deserves it? What about R. Kelly?
I feel like a part of me definitely feels like R. Kelly's got a bit of it coming.
Hmm. I'm kind of in that
Like,
same boat.
was it? I think it's R. Kelly abducted somebody, right? Like, I'm not misremembering.
I don't think it was like outright abduction. I think it was just more like he manipulated and then took.
I'm not sure. I might be mistaken,
I
but
think it was
yeah,
like
that
grooming or whatever.
sounds
Yeah,
yeah, that sounds right.
yeah, but
That's messed up. That is highly messed up.
yeah, no, R. Kelly was a very messed up dude. Like I said, like
But he
that.
was fighting for his fucking life.
Well, realistically, even if you didn't know everything he did, if you just saw that interview, you could tell this man has problems.
He behaved very strangely.
It was, oh my god, that was just amazing. That was one of
I
the
don't know if that's the
craziest.
word for it.
Well, not amazing isn't great, but just like a spectacle. Just like
Yeah, a spectacle is
yeah,
right.
like just like wow. I have no idea if the allegations are true or not, but like, or if you came into that thinking that, but it's like just based off this, dude. Holy crap, you are clearly
You're
just
definitely unhinged, if
you
nothing
are
else.
you are not connected to this world. But yeah, so there you go. That's what's going on there, huh? With R. Kelly.
It's just kind of crazy to think about all the different aspects Corona is challenging in our lives right now. You know what I mean?
It really is, yeah.
Like socializing, just everything. It's like literally having a ripple effect across everything we're doing right now.
Yeah.
There's not one aspect of anybody's life that's not significantly impacted by Corona, I feel like.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, straight up, like you never think about it when you go to like a crowded, movie theater or like a bar or something. Like you're always just like, whatever, people. Oh yeah, it's fine. You just don't think about it because it was just such a big part, and now it's like, I mean, they're closed. You can't even go to them. Why? Because there's just too many people, and so
Yep,
you're just sitting there
absolutely. You
like,
can't high risk of contamination.
you never realize how crowded society is until it's not.
Yes, yes. Now that everybody's staying way the heck apart,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like people out in like Ohio or like Wyoming aren't noticing social distancing as much because they just stay, at least from what I've heard and read, like their natural like personal space is pretty big.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I used to travel around South Dakota, and I was just like, God, these people live out in the middle of no, like, there's nothing here in South Dakota. Everything's just so spread out. But now I'm just sitting here like, all those little towns I went to, chances are they have not had to deal with Corona, and they will not have to deal with Corona because it's just not gonna get there.
It's
It's
quite possibly correct.
it's
Yeah.
too far out of the way. Even Corona's like, fuck it, I ain't doing this shit. I'm staying on the interstate. But damn. No, it's crazy. And then people sitting there, it's like, well, I've been social distancing for years. But even people like that, I can see, like, once this is all over, being like, I'm going to go, like, to the most crowded place and just chill with people.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if that's what some people do.
Like, like once this is all over, like, everyone's going to be buying airplane tickets, going on cruises. Movie theaters are going to be sold out every weekend just because it's like people were like,
Thank God, something to do.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, but well, shit, dude. Corona's fun. How has it impacted you? Just out of curiosity, you got anything?
I mean, yeah, I got some stuff. I'm not doing that DoorDash stuff like at all.
Mm.
Trying to avoid like I know everybody's staying home and social distancing, and there's probably good money to be made, but like I do not like the prospect of just going from place to place and like you're driving around, you're interacting with so many essential workers, food places, and especially like grocery and whatnot. Like
Mm-hmm.
there are definitely situations where I've been in where I'm expected to enter people's homes because like half the people who use DoorDash for grocery are like in some way handicapped,
Right, right, right.
whether they be like elderly or like people who are living on their own. I delivered once to an apartment where uh, the dude was in like a wheelchair.
Mm-hmm.
So like it's a lot, and I know those people need help, and I'm not saying they shouldn't get it because like I'm glad people are doing it, but I'm I'm with people who are at risk right now,
Right,
so I want to minimize that as much as possible
right. No, and I mean,
because
mhm. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
no, I was just gonna say I don't want to take chances. These are my loved ones. I'm not gonna, especially like because I'm in the situation I'm in. and I'm not having to worry too much about bills at the moment. Like I got my basic bills, but for the most part, I don't have any huge overhead ones at the moment. So I'm not gonna like I'm not desperate for cash. I got some saved up, so I'm just gonna kind of write it out and hope it blows over fairly quickly.
Right. Well, I mean, yeah. What, like two episodes ago, I was talking about how I had that scare, and it's like it's not me that I was worried about because chances are, I'd live. But like I know I'm surrounded by people who are way more at risk, and people I had contacted them just like crap.
I haven't read the articles myself, but I think I've seen some things saying there's been like more than a few teen deaths as well.
I think there was only I think the one I seen that, and the only thing I had seen was that the first actual like teenage death was in the U.S., but like that was the first one out of this whole thing. So I don't know if that's
What's
gonna
really
go up or not.
crazy is just how like we think we're out of stuff, and we kind of are, but like what we're really out of is like medical equipment, just
Hmm.
completely unprepared for this. Like,
Absolutely.
like I'm pretty sure I saw a thing that was like doctors don't have enough like supplies to help keep themselves contamination free, so they're wearing
Hmm.
garbage bags or something.
Yeah. No, I mean I believe that. Like, like they don't have enough masks. Some places they're having them use the same mask just throughout the entire day. Which, I mean, you're constantly breathing in and out of that mask. Like, maybe like they're saying like maybe after an hour or like 2 hours that it's useless because it doesn't block anything anymore because they're not meant to be worn for so long.
I
But
sh-
yeah.
God,
Oh, well, apparently they did a thing that sent a bunch of money to the hospitals across the country, so hopefully that'll help.
here's hoping.
Yeah,
Kind of puts things like toilet paper into perspective.
mm-hmm, absolutely. We have a story about that.
Yeah, we
We have
do
a story
actually.
about
Yeah.
that. But first, we need to say hello, everybody, and welcome to the Thoroughly Thought Podcast. I am Jonathan Rouse,
I am Genesis Ruiz.
and we're here talking about multiple things today. But I think we're leading off with the toilet paper story.
I mean, I think we're leading off with Corona in general. That was a pretty sizable chunk of chat right there.
But now it's toilet paper story.
It's toilet paper time.
Just so many issues with this OBS stuff I'm using. Wasn't recording right. It was like 1:30 in the
No,
morning, and we were like, we'll do
fuck
this
it, man.
tomorrow."
Yeah, this is not ideal. So
So,
we've waited. We've come back. New plan of attack.
new plan. Let's get it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. But
So toilet paper story.
so it's funny that now toilet paper's become the subject of anyone's story. But we were walking through the store. We had to go to the store because you left your charger.
Yep, I
Back.
did not have my charger with me, so
Hmm.
we're getting a new one.
So we had to go get you a new one, and we went there. We grabbed the charger and went to Walmart specifically. Grabbed the charger, and then I was like, you know what? I want some chips and dip. So we headed over to the food section, and obviously, that's where they keep all the cleaning supplies and paper towels and toilet paper and everything. And I'm like, okay, I have to check since I'm here. And I look, and like the whole aisle is empty. No, there's a few paper towels. And at first, we're like, holy crap, is that actually. There's no way. We're like, is that toilet paper? That's
Oh, could it
crazy.
be?
And then
And it
it
was like
wasn't. It was paper
Ronnie or
towels. Yeah.
something.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was. Uh, so we were like, oh, damn, all right. But then we walked to the other side of the aisle, and
Hmm.
there it was, some Angel Soft brand toilet paper. And like a decent amount of it, too. And it was like, wow. I never thought I'd see this in a store for at least like another month. Maybe two, depending on how things go. But yeah, it's like the third time I've told that story.
Yep.
But anyway, that's what happened with that.
And we were like,
It's
oh my God,
crazy,
toilet paper.
and
Because, toilet paper hard to get. Everybody wants it.
it's become a rarity. It's become
A luxury good.
like a rare item in a video game. Like if you happen to get it, you gotta pick
Mm-hmm.
it up, or you
Mm-hmm.
happen to find it. Yeah. So that's what happened there. What are you doing?
There's like a crack in my laptop.
Oh, dude,
Not
that's
like the
so
screen, like on the bottom of it, like the bottom of the casing's just kind of open a bit.
like the actual like metal casing.
Like the gray metal casing, yeah.
That all right? Damn, that might not be
It's
great.
not big. It's not affecting anything, but yeah.
Hmm. All right. Well,
Yeah, that's not ideal.
what's
I'm just
not
looking at it
ideal?
like, huh.
Just sitting there. Oh, hey, look, my computer. I can see the inside. All right.
Not really can't see the inside, I just see like a crack.
Hmm.
That's not good. It'll be fine.
Crack isn't good. You're right.
Take a hammer.
Just stay away from crack. Whoa. Is that where a crack came from?
No.
Just take a hammer to your computer and.
I'm just gonna bend the metal back into shape with the hammer. Ding ding.
Ding 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 ding. Fixed. Good job. Proud of you.
Thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. Most people use like a
You know,
little
I'm something of a scientist myself.
Really? What are you a
Yeah.
scientist of?
He says the pathology.
What was that? I'm sorry, I didn't catch it.
He says the pathology.
Oh, right, of course. The study of
The study of pathology.
pathology.
Mm-hmm.
It almost sounds
Mm-hmm.
like you're saying the study of it's an apology.
Huh?
Yeah, I don't know. Oh fuck, dude. I'm not gonna lie. This
Man, I
this
fucking hope the music covers up for our shit right now.
what music?
I feel like the background track.
That doesn't play through the whole thing.
Shit.
Dude, no. I mean, we could
I
literally. I just. We were
I
doing.
kind of want to just. I don't want to have the same conversations again. I feel like I'm gonna blow my brains out if we
I
talk
would
about the
right
same
there
shit for
with
like
you.
a fourth time.
This is probably like the what? Yeah, like the third or fourth time we've tried recording this, because I'm trying to do something new. We're trying to record off of Discord so that we can record, obviously for health reasons, and also so we can bring more people in. You know, once we figure out how to do this. So I'm using this program, OBS, and it won't record anything for more than like 10 minutes. Otherwise, when I go to stop the recording, it'll just freeze and it won't write any file. It just won't be there. It's like what we just did no longer happened. And we had this great discussion about we told the toilet paper story, but it was like we were way more into it, and we actually had like a good discussion about it. But now it's like I don't feel I can't do it again. Just like you said, it's like this is the fifth time we'll be
It's
talking
mind
about
numbing
it.
at this point.
Yeah.
It's like we had the same conversation 3 different engaging ways, and I really feel like we fleshed out that conversation, but none of the recordings stuck.
Oh my god, yeah, no, seriously. Oh, it sucks because it was good. It was good, I thought, and then I was like, oh man, this is really gonna be great, and then it just didn't record. So
Pardon me, I'm touching my face. I know I'm not supposed to, but
that's
I'm
illegal.
really itchy.
That's illegal to do.
Ah! Ah! Ah!
All right. Oh, the cops are here. Great, thank you. So we're trying something new. Hopefully, it's working out this time, but you might see some cuts and little dissolves from our separate recording takes, but. Yeah, it's
And just, you may notice an existential sense of dread and dear fucking God, why on my face. It's only because I'm mad. I'm mad at recording. It's not your fault. I'm mad at the circumstances.
Yeah, no, I'm also sitting here like, God damn it. Like, I feel like we've already done this, but it just didn't fucking work. But, well, we're determined motherfuckers, though. And the program says, hey, you're not going to do this. And we look at the program and we're like, no, you're not going to do this. And then we record.
That's right. We don't listen to the program. The program listens to us.
That's right. I am in control of the program, and I will show the program who is boss.
Take no shit and just bring your A game and say, hell no. We're recording because we want to. We run this.
Yeah. Good, yeah. Oh fuck! All right, that's all right.
You want to fucking? You gonna square up?
No, yeah, square. Let's fight me right now through the screen. Go. Oh shit! Hey, easy, easy. You could be hitting the audience.
Oh shit!
I'm
All
gonna
right.
stop it. I'm gonna make sure it fucking recorded, and then we'll talk,
Mm-hmm.
and then we'll continue. So let's see the ultimate test. Okay, it looks like it went. So we're just gonna keep going.
All right. Back
Yeah.
in the game. We got it, baby. After a
Ooh.
whole goddamn night of having issues, we did it.
Well, we don't know that yet.
Woo!
We still gotta keep going.
Woo!
Okay.
Woo! Yeah.
Are you happy?
I'm trying really hard to be.
Um, what?
I'm trying really hard to be.
Aren't we all? Aren't we all? Dude, a little bit ago we talked about you had gotten me that game Bloodborne. You said on the show
Yes,
you were gonna get it, and you got it for me.
I did.
And you were just playing it.
I was.
And as you were playing it, I was like, "Wow, this dude's so much better at this than I am." Because you started a new game, so like we were able to compare the times, and like you got way farther than I did in like an hour, and I've been playing for nearly 7.
Yep.
But you've played that game way more than I have.
I have beaten that game like 5 times.
Mm. It's your favorite game, isn't it?
Yes, it is my favorite video game. I love Bloodborne. It's so good. The storyline and the characters and stuff are so interesting. The gameplay is engaging and it's difficult, and you feel so good when you beat something. It just Miyazaki knows what the hell he's doing, and he brings the heat with Bloodborne.
Right, right, right. Damn, dude, I really like the like scale of that game. Cause like I'm just looking around at the
Oh yeah.
scenery. It looks huge. I really like that.
Yes.
Then
Yeah. It really imposes on you. This is a big city, a
mhm.
huge city with a lot of stuff happening in it.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's the other thing. Like, because the whole game isn't it just like this one? So it's just this one city.
No, it's the city and the surrounding areas and different like as you play, you'll see what I mean, but it's not just the city. It
Hmm.
might feel like that for a while. Like it definitely takes place around the city, but there's you're definitely gonna feel like there's different areas and that there's slightly different architecture, different things. Like you'll vibe with it.
Ah, yeah, yeah, yeah. All right. Damn. All right. That sounds kind of cool. Fuck, dude. Last time I played, I was trying to do this one boss. There's this one boss you said is straight up like you have to beat him in order to continue the game. Which I guess is
Yep,
that
that's
with
Father
any video
Gascoigne.
game, but like, dude, it's fucking ridiculous. We were talking. There's just something about Japanese horror games that they are notorious for being extremely difficult.
I think that's just Japanese games in general. Like the assumed skill level for
Hmm.
Japanese games is just higher. Like we didn't get the second Mario game or what it ended up being because they were like, no, they're just not gonna like it. It's too hard.
Right, right, right. No, that's true.
Like we didn't get that for years because like Japanese gamers, they just want shit harder.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they
They
just
don't.
see. It's
No,
just
you go.
seen as a challenge. So
Hmm.
like, the more challenging it is, the more rewarding it would be when you actually beat it.
Yeah, I agree with that sentiment very, very highly. I remember when I beat the game and I was just like, oh, oh my god, oh my god, I did it! Like, whew. And then I didn't even get like I didn't even do all the bosses. I didn't find all the weapons. I didn't do everything. I did like there's so much more stuff you can do in that game, and I didn't even do it all. And so I immediately jumped back in a different character and just started all over. I was like, phew.
Damn. So wait, you can beat the whole game without even doing everything?
Oh yeah, easily.
Damn.
So much of this stuff is optional.
I I know you were not necessarily critiquing, but definitely commenting on how I go through and have to wipe out literally every enemy I see. When
Hmm.
you could just run past them, but there's something so satisfying about beating the hell out of those villagers.
Oh, absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. And it becomes this. It's different for every player because obviously there are going to be some people who are like, well, I don't really care about getting to the next area right now. I just want to punch and hit shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I mean,
And so,
because like I want to get to the next area, but I'm torn between like doing that and just like completely beating up on people.
hmm hmm
So
no, I totally get that.
yeah,
And it's good that you're having fun from point A to point B because it could feel really like a slog trying to get from point A to point B. Like you could be like, God damn, I just want to get through. I just want to get to where I'm trying to go.
okay, that genuinely feels like with the two bosses because I'm stuck on. I'm still in the
hmm
first area for fuck's sake,
Yep.
but like I'm just like okay, like I want to continue so bad, but this is so hard.
It's very, very hard. And Father Gascon is not merciful. Like, he's there to say, all right, either you want to beat this game or you don't. Either you have the skill or it's not happening. And it's just there. And it's not like to say this, it's to separate out the real gamers from the fakes, but it's just like, it's like basically like a warning, like a big sign that's like abandon all hope. Like,
Right.
this is what the game is going to be like. You are going to die a lot by nature of the fact that you don't know everything about this game. Like this game is designed to punish you, to teach you how to win.
So okay, so was this the same company that made Dark Souls?
Yes,
Okay, I thought so
same director as well.
because don't they both those games do like the you died
Yes,
thing? Yeah. Okay. Well, I've heard about Dark Souls, so I shouldn't really be surprised about this game. But
yeah, no, it's so good. It's my absolute favorite game.
yeah, my favorite game is The Last of Us.
That's because it's a very good story.
Oh, it's a great story. It's a fun game to play through. I don't know for me,
Joel is such an interesting character.
isn't he? Have you played it?
Yes,
Okay, okay, yeah.
I've played it with people and I've watched several playthroughs.
All right, yeah, no. Oh, dude, I cannot wait for The Last of Us Part 2.
Oh, I'm so excited.
I have the collector edition pre-ordered. Yeah, no, because I'm a bit of a Last of Us nerd.
Pre-ordering is murdering the industry.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh,
Like it's good for the developers,
damn.
which on its surface sounds good, but then basically what that means is, well, they're still making the game, right? Imagine if you paid for your food
Mm-hmm.
before you ate it, and then the chef goes, "Oh, well, I've already paid for it, so if I skimp out on ingredients, I make more money."
Isn't that fast food?
You're making my point here.
What?
You're making my point here.
Oh, all right.
Would
Yeah.
you pay $60 for fast food?
Oh, all right. I get what you're saying. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's fair. That's
Now,
fair.
don't get me wrong. Video games are like such a great value, and like I understand. Like I wouldn't be surprised if in the near future we start having to pay more for AAA, like 40-hour plus video games,
Mm-hmm.
because the fact of the matter is like they're getting more and more expensive to make,
Right.
and if we want to keep seeing like because a lot of people are very upset about things like in-game microtransactions or pay-to-win mechanics, and that's a whole separate debate and a whole separate issue.
Oof.
But the reason that's so appealing for companies is because they want to generate more revenue off of all the money and time they've invested into the product. And like when it's cosmetics, there's literally no reason to say no to something like that. But there's obviously more issues and more nuance to the matter than I'm willing to go into at the moment.
Yeah. No, that's fair. I could see that. The video game industry is like real. I can see it like overtaking. For a while, it was like movies were like the really big like entertainment. Uh, was the big entertainment industry, but I can see video games surpassing
hmm
it completely.
When you consider how much you are paying, like $60, right?
Mm-hmm.
More often than not, like especially if it's like on release, in the theaters, you're typically paying 10 somewhere in the market from $8 to $12 for 2 hours of entertainment.
Right.
So when you consider the fact that you pay $60, if you were to transfer that, even it out to like $10 for 2 hours,
Mm-hmm.
you pay $60. That would be roughly 16 hours of entertainment. But then you get like a 40-hour game.
Yeah.
Like that is bang for your buck. And I am of the opinion, and the economy is this whole other complicated issue. And I understand, like the average person, like the people who they're marketing to, really can't afford it right now. But I think video games, for what they are, at least at a triple A level, deserve to charge more, even if that's not technically feasible in the current economy.
Right. So you think like they should charge more than $60?
Yes,
Damn. I don't know, man. $60 is already a lot of money.
you see, you say that, but then if you like, have you ever actually sat through all the credits in a video game?
Oh
You have any
yeah.
idea how much time and effort, how much each of those people were paid? Like
That's
you consider like millions and millions and millions of dollars get thrown into this, almost as much as movies.
mm-hmm.
And movies get a whole bunch of stuff that they get to profit off of. Like they get the initial ticket sales, the box office stuff. They get merchandising. They get stuff like that. And oftentimes, video games do not get as much of that. They don't have these alternate sources. They don't get to team up. They don't have as many sponsorship opportunities.
Right.
Like
Well, yeah, because movies are marketed as like the summer blockbusters,
right.
where everybody goes out and everything. But like you don't really see video games marketed in that way. They're like it's never treated as like at least for like I suppose the general public as like a big event is when like a new
Hmm.
blockbuster's coming out.
Right.
But
And you know, unlike with movies where like you might feel compelled to get like Funko Pop figures and stuff, like
hmm
especially with the amount of video games that are out there, like the likelihood that everybody who buys your game is going to get some of the merchandise outside of it is, I think, slimmer than what would be true for movies.
I can see that. Yeah.
So like I think for the most part, with excluding things like microtransactions and in-game purchases, things of that nature,
hmm
the primary source that video games have for income is just the initial sales and like DLC, things like that. And I think they deserve to make more money for what they do because I think video games are absolutely phenomenal, highly engaging experiences, and some of the best storytelling opportunities I've ever seen. Because it really punches you in the gut. Like it breaks through, like when you're watching a movie, it can be kind of passive. Like you
hmm
can be engaged, but there's a suspension of disbelief there in that you're like, I am watching something. Like yes, I can believe that this world is real, but I'm not necessarily in that world right now. I'm just
Right.
observing it. Whereas with a video game, if you suspend your disbelief and get engaged, like you're interacting with the world, and that just offers a whole new dynamic to your perception of what's going on, and
hmm
it can make for some of the most interesting, like The Last of Us, like that thing at the end. It's been years. We can talk about it, right?
Yeah.
Like
No,
I
go
can't,
for it. Yeah. Spoilers. Okay,
like
go.
where he is like he changes his mind when he finds out that Ellie's gonna die if they go through with it,
Yeah.
and he just goes on a murder spree, like because you feel that the player goes through that same motion
Yeah.
where you're like, oh god, they're gonna kill her. No, I don't want this. I care about Ellie.
Yeah. No, you
No.
don't want that at all. So
And so you're in that when you're going through and you're fighting and you're really fighting for your life. You're underarmed. There's an entire base of people. You're really just like, I gotta get to Ellie. They're gonna hurt her.
hmm
This girl who I've been protecting, who at every opportunity, who for danger and death, I have stood between them, who I've protected, shielded with my life. I have died over and over again to make sure nothing happens to her. And now this is it? All for them to end her life? No.
yeah. No. And then I mean, even up to that point, because you become Joel.
Yeah.
So like, even up to that point, like you're now looking through the world in your eyes. So like, or through his eyes. So I mean, you're seeing that they're gonna kill her in order to try and save humanity. But from what you've experienced as a player, humanity's not even At
Not
this
even that
point,
great.
it's just not that great. And not
Yeah,
only that, but like I don't know if you went around and found, because you can find tape recorders in
yeah,
that hospital, and like they straight up say like, yeah, we tried this a few times before and it didn't work, but they just keep trying. So like, even then, that can deliver the context of, well, it's gonna fail anyway,
yeah.
so it would all just be in vain.
It's and that would not have the same. You would not have the same personal investment in that scene from a movie, most likely. Because like, yeah, you would have seen the journey,
Hmm.
you would have understood it, but you wouldn't have been like, no, that's my Ellie.
Right.
I have fought to protect her, and I'm not going to let them just kill her now on some pipe dream.
No, absolutely. God, it's such a good game.
Oh, it's so good.
You just get.
Did you ever play those
Hmm.
Telltale games?
Which ones?
The Telltale games, like The Walking Dead, stuff like that.
No.
Those are kind of good. They're basically only stories.
Um, are they okay? Is that like the game Life is Strange?
Life of Strange. This is my hot take. I think Life is Strange is a bad game.
Oh, really?
Like it's a kind of interesting story, but like I don't have time to break down my nuanced feelings about it. But I think Life of Strange is an attempt by another studio to start replicating the formula that Telltale's started doing,
Mm-hmm.
and not just Telltale's other stuff did similar things, but uh, and I'm not saying that ideas without merit. Like Telltale games are good in my opinion.
Right.
Not like unilaterally, but like they're a good vessel for stories and whatnot. But Life is Strange was a really interesting concept and interesting story idea, and parts of the characterization stuff are handled really well. But it kind of just feels like some of the themes and stuff that got mangled or jumbled up and mishandled, and really it definitely falls apart by the end of it, and it's just not as good.
Yeah. No. I play. Because I watched a walkthrough on it, and
Mm-hmm.
I remember like when it started out, I was like, this is really good. Like I would actually really think I'd enjoy this game.
Yeah,
But then as it keeps going, it's just starts getting kind of like just confusing and just kind of convoluted. Like I don't wait, what's happening? What? And
mm-hmm.
you're kind of still following along, but you've been taken out, and then that ending is just like, okay, fuck you.
Yeah. The big issue I have with the ending is like after you learn everything not about messing with time and whatnot, and you're like the lesson with the storm is like you're supposed to be learning that your relationships matter and the things you do matter and they have ripple effects that you can't control, and you're basically the lesson it's trying to teach you
Hmm.
is you have to let that girl die at the beginning
Right.
because messing with that time is what leads to all these ripple effects, but it acts like you're a bad person if you do that. And if you don't do that, like it just acts like you're a bad person regardless.
Yeah. No.
And then if you save her and then the storm comes, then it still treats you like it's not open ended enough. Like it just kind of condemns whatever you do. So I'm
You
not a fan of that.
you really you don't. There's no satisfying way to end that game.
No.
It just and maybe that was the point they were trying to get. Life is strange. Like shit happens, you just move on or whatever. But like it didn't come across
Yeah, it wasn't
good.
not the best execution and certainly not the cleanest landing.
Yeah, but
So I suppose in summary, video games are a very good medium for storytelling, and the people who make them possible deserve money. Is the general gist of my statement.
I agree. Yeah, they deserve money. You're correct. More money though. That's what you were trying to say.
I was trying to say more money,
More
but like
money.
that's debatable because I am not a mastermind and knowledge man on the market of everything.
That's fair. Ooh, excuse me. Damn, dude. Yeah, no. I mean, isn't it like a huge industry though? Don't people who make video games already make a lot of money? Maybe like the directors and
I mean, you have to understand. Yeah, people higher up in the chain, like
yeah,
majority of the profits go to the publishers, like the people who make the game get paid while they're making it, and most of them, I imagine, like I don't imagine many animators get like a slice of the profit. Like they don't get a percentage of the income from the thing. Like they're paid for their time they work on it, and that's it.
Hmm.
And that's especially difficult
Yeah.
because like there's things where like they'll outsource a lot of their work, so like it's not even like all in house completely. Sometimes like you'll have like definitely like with art assets, you'll see them commission art assets a lot of the time.
Right. So like for the budget of the game itself, that's what they get paid from, but the revenue from the game is probably not what they receive.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Not any.
Damn. That kind of sucks.
I mean, yeah, but if you think about that, even if like because hundreds and hundreds of people work on video games at that level,
Oh yeah.
hundreds. Like people would have to get like a fraction of a percent of the profits, which would still be a lot of money, but that would dip into the bottom line quite a bit.
That's true. Yeah. Damn, dude. Well, I mean, and I could imagine like if they specifically worked for a developer, they probably just get paid like hourly anyway,
I imagine they get salary.
or
instead of
salary.
hourly.
Yeah. Well, yeah, like they have this like already like a income
Mm-hmm.
coming in. So, damn. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I bumped my table and everything went crazy. So, well, dude, we've been recording for this, but like I said, as we said earlier, we were having some issues, so I don't want to push it any more
Yeah,
than we have.
it's a good call.
And I think we've discussed, we've had some interesting discussion.
Yeah, it was good.
Mostly on video games, but that's perfectly fine.
That's fine. Yeah,
We ranted about this program for a little bit. That was also fun.
I don't know why it does that, and I really hope we could make it not do that.
So I'm thinking maybe. So right now I'm recording for the 10-minute intervals. I'm thinking I can probably push it more because I have the output reduce it to like a lower res, and then
Mhm.
it's recording as an MOV instead of an MP4. So hopefully that'll help.
Hopefully that'll help. Yeah.
But it's been so far, so who knows? We can push it at some point. But yeah, all right.
Thank you so much,
So-
everybody, for watching.
I was gonna say, I suppose that's it, and then.
You do this.
Well, no,
You do this every time.
I was
Do
literally in
this
the
every
middle of saying
I
something when you
can't
started.
believe you. Every goddamn time I go to start the outro, you come at me with some shit like, "Oh, maybe we would tonight," and I'm gonna cry.
Are you gonna cry?
No.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning into the podcast of the Thoroughly Thought Variety. My name is Genesis Ruiz,
My name is Jonathan Rouse.
and we will tickle your eardrums later. Bye-bye.
Bye.